What is up, team? We'll get started here in a couple minutes. Let a few people come back in. You guys that are already in here can go ahead and start putting the tickers that you want to cover in the chat group, and we'll make sure we cover those when we go into the chart section. All right, team, we'll go ahead and get started. This is the live Zoom 5 August, use stocks, charts, and hot news. Basically, what we want to do is take a look at some charts midday, get an idea, maybe get some lotto ideas and see what looks good pushing out into the near term and even further beyond. Go ahead and put the tickers that you want to cover in the chat group. I know we already got a couple there. All we ask is that you allow us to do our intro, and then we will get to the stocks and we'll put this on YouTube as soon as we get done with the live stream so that other people that aren't able to join us can hop in and get the good training that we're about to get. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Legal disclaimer, this is not financial advice. The content is for entertainment and education purposes only. You are responsible for every decision you make. We want you to have fun, use caution, and always go to war. Some of you that are new to Traders War Room, here's some services we provide. We're not going to beat this up too much. You can always check any of our descriptions on any YouTube video or social media platform, and it has all of our links. But really just want to highlight, go to traderswarroom.com and you can explore everything that we offer. Trades of the day, guys, we've been absolutely killing it lately. And I mean, we don't get them all, but when we do get it, we get the good ones, guys. We've been destroying the market, and it's all because of great DD, great community, and a great sense of urgency when we're out there trying to make money and put out these fire alerts. So thank you guys for all being loyal and coming along with us on the journey. And you can always join the Discord or the instant messaging alert platform. If you guys aren't part of Traders War Room, those of you that are, you guys already know what's up. We're trying to put out that fire, and we got a fantastic community, and you guys are part of that enjoyment right there. We got a class coming up on Sunday. It's how to use price action for directional day and swing trading. 7 August, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. $15 gets you a seat, and you get to keep the recording, and you're going to learn what price action is, how to find direction for trades, and enter and exit for profit off of price action. And you can register today and build your battle plan with Traders War Room. Bottom line, we're destroying the market no matter which direction it goes, up, down, sideways. It doesn't matter, guys. We're going to do our homework, do our due diligence, and go out there and try to make the best plays and the best bang for your buck. We don't get them all, but we get more than we lose. And at the end of the day, net positive is what the goal is. So I ask you, are you ready for war? Because Traders War Room is. Join today and let's go to war together. With that said, let's go ahead and hop into the charts, put those tickers in that chat group, and let's go ahead and get started. We're always, like every day, we're going to start out consistent. We're going to start with SPY, bird's eye view approach. We always got to look at the day chart. And listen, I've been talking about SPY for a while here, and I've been telling you guys, look at this, okay? We had this level here, right? Strong level consolidation with SPY. We got to, this is the top right here. And we basically been doing the same thing right here. Now, potentially we could be looking for a breakout, right? And if the overall market sentiment was a little bit stronger, I would actually be on the board with the breakout, but I don't think we're there yet. I mean, I'm seeing still some strong bearish sentiments. I mean, recession news, everything like that. And I get that we've been pumping hard, but we keep coming up to this threshold and we just can't creep over it. Okay. We can't take off the races up to the upside. So I think we're going to fail again and we're going to come back down. I just got to, just kind of a feeling. I don't think we're there. I see too much bearish sentiment in the overall market as a whole. And I think people aren't there for long. I think they're following trends. We're out of earnings season now, the big earnings season. And so I don't think the big money is going to flow. And I think people are going to profit take here soon. And I think we fall back to around this area, at least to retest this area. And we may hold this area and then skyrocket and take off from there, but we're at least coming back down to retest this area. Now that's just me, my opinion, but I do think we're gonna end up for a rude awakening coming in, if not next week, then the week after that, because we could consolidate here for a while. That's absolutely possible, but I do think we fail to rejection to the top. We come back down to at least test this area and then see if we can hold support. Now, can we make money going both ways? Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Look at SPY on the 5 minute. Okay, we come out. We knew off of here SPY was probably going to. This was a pretty big dump, right, for SPY over in pre-market. So we knew probably SPY was going to creep, and of course it did. The moving averages, and we had our MACD give us confirmation, pushing to the upside. So these are fantastic trades to go ahead and go long. But you got to be quick on these. Okay, so these are not trades that you can get in and hold, because if you got in and hold this all day, and you saw this type of movement here, you'd probably be like, man, I made the wrong decision, blah, blah, blah. But we get into these, we see our moving averages, we see our price action going above our moving averages, boom, we're in. We start to see it converge, start to see it get tight, boom, we're out. And we just rinse and repeat. If we're out here, that means we're in on the puts, boom, out, in on calls, boom, out. And that's just how you kind of have to play the chop, okay? Then when you see this stuff like this, up, down, this is chop, all right? Now, going out a little bit further, I like to use the 4 hour. We can still see that we're, leveling up. Okay, we got the ladder effect. We go up, we come down, we go up. I think, again, like I said, I think we're going to hit this threshold. And as you can see, we've touched this multiple times, boom, 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 and it's been tight going here at the top. That is telling me that we're not, the buyer's exhaustion is happening. Okay, we had tons of buyers here, boom, 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 right? This is where all the majority of the buyers were coming out of the demand zone. Bam. And then we consolidate a little bit, had a few more buyers come in, but the volumes are lower and lower and lower. And I think we're going to cool down. And like I said, this is my target right here. I got a feeling that we're going to probably see, if not 400, 402, we give ourselves, a $1 or $2 movement in the inside, but, pushing out maybe 409 puts, 408 puts will definitely probably get you some decent money going into next week or the week beyond, if you got the money to push out a week or two. All right, let's go into your guys' tickers. All right. Hey, what's up, Nathan? BB, snow and affirm. Let's get it. All right. Always consistency, guys. I keep preaching that consistency all the time. All right. We're looking at snow right here first, right? So on the day chart, snow looks like it's peaking. Looks like potentially for a breakout, because we can see this right here. We can look here, back here for potential levels, right? So if we go further back in history, we look at our levels and, just go in the middle, we just want to gauge a base level. We could go down to the bottom here, or we could go to the top, but let's just go ahead and go in the middle, right? Right when it crossed, boom. All right. This is our line. Okay. This is our line where we potentially are going to meet on a breakout, meet this point before we see some strong resistance because of history. All right. So if we are truly at a breakout, and we can see that we potentially are a breakout, because here we go, right? We'll put another line here. We'll go ahead and call this one. We'll make this one a little bit thicker. Boom, right there, right? So 159, and we're breaking out above that. Okay. The potential for us to go to this level makes sense, because why? Well, look at the previous bottom, right? We come here to the bottom, about right there. You know, we can go a little bit further down. We got some touches there. We'll go ahead and go here. We got touches here. Now, what's the difference? And this is just taking a probability scale. Okay. Anytime you're looking at probability scale, this is what you're doing with this. What's the difference from here to here, right? 138, 150, 159. We'll go ahead and call that 20 bucks, right? 163 or 159 to 180, you know, we'll call that 160, 180, 20 bucks, right? There you go. That makes sense. Okay. On a breakout, coming from a previous low to the previous high of support, on a breakout, it would make sense to go ahead and at least try to see if we can hold this level and touch it. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. So if we do truly break out here and we close above this line decently, you know, we'd like a 5-minute, 15-minute chart to close on this one particularly. We can look at this for potentially a nice movement to the upside, potentially over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We can see maybe 180 going in if we get the good volume and a good sentiment. However, snow is going to follow the broader market. So if we do get that bearish sentiment, we need to be cautious and be able to pull the trigger very quickly. Okay, so just don't get faked out with the fake breakout to the upside. On a cool market, this thing will definitely pull back and we'll start testing the lower levels, but we won't dump all the way this way. If we can't hold this level, then we'll start to come back down and could potentially start seeing these bottoms over here. So that's just how you do a probability scale very quickly. Where we at? Affirm. What's the ticker on that? AFRM, I think. Affirm, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Affirm. All right, Affirm. Yeah, looking good. I like it. We got we got a breakout for sure. We got a previous level. So here, boom, right there. We're breaking above our previous level. So I do like this for continuation. If we keep the bullish sentiment, the next level of concern where we'll probably see some decent resistance point could be about right here. I'm just going off of history, right? History here, consolidation point, dump down, consolidation, dump down. And this would be the area. So if we can sustain this breakout and looking like we are, we could potentially go 36, excuse me, $36, $37. So $3-4 movement to the upside. Indicators would indicate that we're looking good. On the daily, we're a little bit oversold, or excuse me, overbought. So we need to be cognizant of that. We could cool down for a little bit. So if we're looking to go long on this particular ticker, let's see what we look like on the 30-minute chart. If we're looking like we want to go long on this ticker, well, potentially we'd want to wait for a little bit of cool down period. This could be a definite area. I do think that we're seeing some of that resistance here. We got a little shelf going on. So we potentially could see a little bit more of a pullback, but I'd like to see this close firmly above all the moving averages, which it is. It is above the moving averages, but it had a little touch, right? I'd like to see another one that's firmly above all the moving averages. And that'd be an idea for us to go ahead and pull the trigger and go long. Pushing out 2 to 4 weeks would be best. At the money, in the money, as much as you can afford. All right, next one. Oops, wrong button. Where we at? XOM. Again, looking at the day chart. So XOM, we like XOM. XOM looks to be, you know, it found it kind of coming down a little bit. Anytime you see the oil prices that are going to dramatically come to the downside, you're going to see XOM and CVX, you're going to see them struggle. Okay, that's what happened right here. XOM had a huge boost, boom, 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 huge earnings, bam, right, spike. And all of a sudden you started getting the, you know, we're going to start tapping some oil reserves. You know, OPEC is going to produce a little bit more. That's going to add more into the supply, right? So anytime, you know, you get the supply and demand constriction, XOM and oil companies, they're going to do fairly well. Right now, we're on a little bit of a downward slide. We probably could see a little bit more downward motion, cool down over the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down to test this lower level again, even though we boomed here. If we can't close above our previous day, I got a feeling we'll probably come down a little bit to retest these lower lows. So I'd be thinking more on the put side of the house if this was for a swing over the weekend. Looking for calls, lottos on the day. Looking like we're at the peak, almost high of the day. This would probably not be a good time to go ahead and go in long on a lotto call for a day. You might get the thing, but it would be high risk. The more probability idea of this would be to go ahead and play the puts over the weekend at the money, in the money as much as possible, and wait for the cool down period to happen. And, you know, kind of one of these, pretty much what happened over here, right? See the 30-minute chart playing here. playing the puts over here, boom, you open up. Gotta be quick though, right? You're able to play puts here, got it. If you didn't close out, you need to secure the money the next day in the market because it shot off. You cool down a little bit, kind of step laddering. So potentially the same thing will happen going in. And this will be interesting to watch coming in Monday. Now I do like my energy plays, but right now with the gas prices lowering, I think this continues to go a little bit lower as well, in my opinion. Plug. Plug, very important. It's going to be part of that deal, that Clean Energy Act. Plug is booming, okay? Yeah, and they got a serious breakout. Now, with Plug though, Plug likes to break out and then likes to cool down very quickly. So I would be more in line, especially with this spiking like it did today. See, it's being real tight and high volume. Let's look at the volume. So look at the volume, okay? We got 30 million, 19 million, 19 million, it's 18 million, okay? So the volume is decreasing and we're getting tighter and tighter. That tells me buyer's exhaustion is happening. So we'll probably want to start looking for puts, going back to retest these lower lows here. A $25, $24 put pushing out, a week, maybe 2 weeks, 19 August might be a good idea. Let's see what they got. Let's go on. Yeah, not too bad. Look at that $25 put, 19 August, decent volumes there. Open interest is there, about equal, decent delta. This is the one with the most volume, of course, the 24. It's a little cheaper. I'd rather stay a little bit more in the money, at the money. This one right here, this $25 one, really looks juicy. I like that one as well. I wonder what the calls look like. About the same volume on calls, a little bit more to the call side. However, that's because people are in this bullish market. So definitely, you could always do like a little mini minor, what's the word I'm looking for? Strangle of sorts. You can go with both 25 call, 25 put, and try to make money going both ways. Since you have 19 August, you definitely could catch the jump up and then catch the spike down. So that'd be something you could look into. Right, Nicola, NKLA. Hopefully you guys got that. Wrong one. NKLA. Hopefully you guys got that leap trade that we just did on Nicola, pushing up. We went ahead with a $7 call, pushing out in 2024. It looks like it's pretty good. They had some decent earnings, some decent insight. The management team seems to be really on board with making Nicola a success. And, looks like it's cooling down a little bit. So Nicola likes to cool down, possibly. And look like we're getting some, on the daily at least, we're getting some, at least the RSIs pushing to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if our moving averages start curling down to the downside as well, giving us an indicator of going a little bit short. This thing's not going to move very much, in my opinion. If we do drop, from what are we at? 778, probably maybe like 725, $7. So you're not really going to make too much on near-term option contracts. This is more, if you want to also buy shares, this would be a great time to go ahead and go shares long or hop into the leaps, because the leaps aren't priced very bad. And hop into a leap. Show you the one we got into. Went all the way out. We went to the call side and we did this one right here. So yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but I mean, when you're holding this for almost 2 years, you're definitely looking for some push up. Delta's not bad. Any dollar movement we're going is going to push our premium up about 70 cents. So a decent amount of price for holding a leap. I mean, we spend this stuff on, contracts with Tesla, Meta, and stuff like that all the time with weeklies. So we're pushing out about 1.5 years on this one. So definitely looks good, and I like it moving forward. Shares too. I might actually pick up some shares today in this stock, and then you could sell covered calls while premiums are spiked. PHR. Never did that stuff before. What is that? Resale? What is this? Looks interesting. Day chart looks like we got some sideways motion. Okay, what I'm seeing here is we're trading. What's the volume look like today? A little bit lower volume than I usually trade on the daily. I like to trade things that are about, 1.5 million to 2 million at least in volume. So it's a little bit lower volume, which only means that, money in and money out will affect this more dramatically than if we had higher volume coming in. So not a bad thing, but definitely be cognizant of that. I do like these type of patterns here. What I like to do when I do this, I like to take rectangles, okay? We come from the previous jump up, boom. We just draw a rectangle, simple, right? And what we do is we get a probability, okay? We got our high level here, came up here, it spiked a couple times, jumps, got our dumps, right? So we got our resistance, we got our support, right? And then we just put a line in the middle, 50-50 line, bam, right here, okay? Now this is a probability scale. So we make rules for ourselves. If we stay above this line right here and we stay bullish, right? Staying above our moving averages and close above this line, the likelihood of us coming to the upside to at least test 27.50, 28, something like that is high. We can go ahead and go long, pushing out 2 to 4 weeks. If we start to close below our moving averages and we either close at this line or below this line, the likelihood of us coming back down to test somewhere in this range, and remember, we don't have to test all the way, we just got to be moving in the direction, is high. And so we want to go ahead and go with puts because that's the highest probability of success going in losing the moving average. So just food for thought. But yeah, right now it looks pretty bullish. As long as we stay bullish, the likelihood of us pushing up is there, and definitely calls would be warranted if options are even available. What option volume? Looks like they don't have any volume on it. Yeah, no volume. So options may not be the idea. I wonder what the 16s look like. Nope. What about some leaps? Got any volume? Where's the volume? Yeah, so people are trading shares on this. So options may not be the ones to go ahead and get into this one because there's no volume right now. But definitely keep paying attention to it. Verb, VERB. Verb looked like we're cooling off to a shelf, potentially looking for a breakdown to the bottom side. Indicators would signify that we got some more downward pressure to the downside. SMI already crossed, MACD crossed. So I do think that this comes down a little bit. Probably we got we got some levels that it could test. We got 53 cents here and we got 48 cents. So this is true penny stock territory. Probably doesn't have options. Probably is one of those that I don't even know if you can short this or not, but it's definitely penny stock material. I don't trade penny stocks like this too often, but it's never a bad idea at 58 cents per share. Go in, grab 100 shares, grab 1,000 shares. It's not too much, and just wait and see what's going on with it. I don't know if I don't know much about this. If they got anything going on, let's see what they look like a little further out. Look like they're downward trending for weeks though. So I don't know where the trend ends. Basically, that's the question. It's like, where does the downtrend end? They've been trading down for a minute. Yeah. And they spiked up. Yeah, absolutely. But they've been downtrending ever since they had to spike up. So definitely risky, speculative, but could make some money on any type of spike. And like I said, at 58 cents, you buy 100 shares, for 58 bucks, and you just wait and hold and see. Not too much. Good risk first reward on that one. DraftKings. DraftKings, man, DraftKings tried, didn't they? They tried. Oh, sorry, they did. They had a good earnings call, and we came out of our ranges. And this was the last time we did this. We had our ranges set here, right? And this is where we broke out. Okay, so what we do again with DraftKings, right? We broke out and we gapped up, right? But sometimes especially with DraftKings, this could be too much too soon, right? So if I was to go on this trade, I would probably think that we got a cool down period coming over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd be going short on this at least to come back and test this area here. Personally, I think we take our difference here, right? Same thing, 11.24, 14.24, right? So we got $3 difference. We jump up 14 to $3. We went up actually $5, almost $6 here, right? And we're cooling down. We probably got a little bit more coming down. Test this gap here. This is where I think we'll probably find some support and see if we can hold. And this would be where I'd bet in about next week to maybe 19 October or 19 August. This is where DraftKings would be at. So I would be going short on this one, especially wicking out hard at the top. We just didn't have the buyers to support it at this time. Charge point. Charge point is going to be pretty much the same type of idea as a plug. So the same type of setup, right? So we had an issue here. Get this line out of here. All right. Sideways motion, right? We have our breakout and we're here. So this is important level because potentially this is our breakout point. If we can hold above this level, break out to the upside, and we can look to see, and then, we got a clear path. If we break out of here, we got a pretty much clear path all the way to 17, 18 bucks. Okay. That's the last area. There's a lot of volume on this one. So that's the last area where we had kind of a consolidation period where we had a huge dump, tight, and then dump some more, right? So then we got our area here. So if we break out above here, so we make rules. Again, everything's about rules, right? Make rules for ourselves. We go ahead and tell ourselves, all right, and then we, find a little level of support down here. We could go all the way down here, but that's a little aggressive. We don't have to go that much. We can go here. We make rules. All right, if charge point stays at this level and does not close above this line here, which is, 1587, something like that, and we don't close above our previous day's high, we make a rule. We say, you know what? The probability of us pushing to the upside with buyer's exhaustion, with all the speculative stocks and everything like that is low. And so the high probability of a shorter play near term would be more successful. And so we go ahead and go short. Boom. This would be where we probably would find some support. And if we can hold that support, then we see that rejection to the upside and then potentially go long at that level. Now, if we close above this line and we close above or at our previous day's high, then the probability of us coming to at least try to test this area moving forward is high. And so we can go ahead and go long or create both the call and the put and create the modified strangle. So we can make money both ways, pushing out, I would say 19 August or even into September if you got the money for it. And let's look at the premiums. Look at the call side first. Not too bad. $16 call right here, 84. Not bad. Let's look at the puts. Not as much volume, right? But look at this one, 15.5 put. We could even go to the same strike right here, 108. So not bad. So we can go ahead and we can make both money. As long as we go in a direction, we can close out of both of these legs anytime that we want, as long as we go in the direction that we think. Straddle and plug looks good. Yeah. Yep. I also think charge point is a good one for a straggler as well. All right, final. Let's go ahead and finish off with PLTR. PLTR, guys, we've been killing and nibbling away PLTR. Look, I put these lines on here, okay? We did the same probability thing. Here was our breakout, boom, broke out. We knew that we were gonna at least come back up to test this area. Did that, came up, and I didn't do this chart before. You guys just named this, right? Boom, here was our level. This is where we knew that we needed to start profit taking again after we broke out of this level. These are just probability scales. And this is stuff I'm going to teach you guys how to draw these things and how to predict these things on that class on Sunday. So I hope you take me up on that offer. But PLTR looking good. Got earnings, I think, pushing into next week. So we definitely want to ride this as much as we can. But we've been nibbling at our contracts a lot. And you can go ahead and go in options and you can get into the leaps that we're looking at, because they are not that expensive. Right here, a $10 leap on PLTR, 236. Go 7. That's puts. Let's go calls. Oh, well, they're kind of expensive now. We actually got a couple of these. We got a $10 leap, we got 13 and a $15 leap. $15 leap, not too bad. Our entry point was 180, but you could definitely go ahead and hop into this anytime on a dip. You want to catch it on a dip, not a rip, okay? And you can get into this one and give you some time. Got a lot of volume for leaps. So definitely, but I wouldn't go too far out the money because you want to be able to make some quick money on some jumps. But the 18 could definitely do it as well. You got a year and a half, so pay attention to that. All right, guys. Hey, that is it for this. Let's go ahead and come back here. As always, guys, we want to thank you for coming along with us on the journey. We want to invite you to come trade with the bulls at Traders War Room. See what we offer, guys, on the web or the social media. You can check us out at traderswarroom.com. Any of our social medias, we're on there. We're putting out that good information. And come check us out on the Discord and at the website, okay? It costs nothing to come check out the Discord. It's free. But if you want those fire alerts that we're pushing out, that's on the premium side of the house. Guys, I'm looking at the stock market like a war zone. Stocks and sector are my battles. I hope you guys come along with me on the journey and have the similar mindset. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war together. See you guys. Hopefully you make some money. Let's go kill Friday and come out strong. Later. BB, thank you. Nathan, thank you. Kevin, appreciate you coming in. Greg, appreciate it always.